And hi guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry I haven't been posting recently. We've had birthdays and it doesn't, not important. I've had a few bits and bobs on and I haven't had a chance. But back with another installation video, and no, it's not fixing my oil leak. I know you guys are all asking me to do it. I will get around to it. I just, in time. Today is something else that I know a few of you guys have actually asked for, and that's what came in this box. It is an aftermarket central locking kit. So this aftermarket kit, it comes with 4 actuators, one for essentially each door, a wiring loom, a control box and some keys. Oh, and some sort of like rods and brackets and stuff and some screws. Now I already have this set up in my van, but for some reason the unit broke. I mean, it doesn't work. And I have took it apart. Come with me, cam girl. I have tried taking it all apart, and as you can see, yeah. So that's not gonna work. So I already have this wiring loom in the van, and these aftermarket central locking kits do use the same plugs. So I'm going to use the one that I've already got in the van, but what I would highly suggest, take the loom apart, and I'm not going to take this, you know what, I will. I regret doing this, but for you guys I'll do it. I mean, look how much wire you got, fair play. I'm pretty sure that's for the horn, the brownie one's for the horn and the white one's for the lights. It might be the other way around, but you get the idea. You got the red, which is fused, which is for permanent live, and then you keep going down the loom a bit more. There we go. All 5 wires. That's for the driver's door. And then as you go further through the loom, you get to the last of it, and then you obviously get signaled off. There's a door, and then you go a bit further, and you've got another pair for a door. So you've got all of this, and obviously that's a big mess. These are all for the doors. So as you start to get to like that bit, this is all tangled, which is my fault, but there we go. You electrical tape all of that together, and then it makes it cleaner and easier, and you don't have this big jumble to do. Now that's what I've already done, which I will show you. As I said, I don't need all this wiring because I've already got it in the van. And I also don't need these actuators because they're already in the van. So the only bit I need is this. I'm going to show you how to do it. My biggest bit of advice is to electrical tape all this lot up to tidy it up and make it easier. Leave the red sticking out because you are going to need that. And then try and just make all the tails as tidy as possible so you don't have this big jumble of mess. Then what you're going to need to do, get yourself a multimeter, get yourself a drill. You're probably going to need some drill bits. Now what you're going to have to do is remove the door card. So all you need to do is whatever screws you've got in here out. Then window winder, door handle, and then your door will come off. Your door card will come off, should I say. So once you've got all of your wires electrical taped up and made look tidy, you need to try and figure out where you actually want the control box to live. Now I've took all my dash and stuff apart, but I keep mine underneath my sub, just under here. So the connector is obviously just down here, and then all the rest of the wires are down behind my sub. There's my sub wires, and somewhere down there there are some electrical taped wires. In fact, I can kind of see some down here. And then from there, I've got them going to the driver's door to the passenger door, to the sliding door, and to the rear doors. So once you've done that, you can start looking at mounting your actuators. Now I've already took my door card off, and as my daughter will show you, my actuator is already in the door. Now that's that essentially, in fact not essentially, exactly. That is mounted exactly on the inside, exactly like that. There's a factory hole right there, and then that is screwed into that hole. So that goes on the other side, just like that. And then as you lock and unlock, it goes up and down. And then with the rods and stuff it comes with, there you go, you can just about see it. You use it to connect to the actual door lock. Now if I get the keys, as you lock it and unlock it, lock it a minute. There you go. You can see there that this arm here is the one that moves. No, that's it. See? So what you do is you get the rod that comes provided. You get these rods here. Might as well just open it, haven't I? The ones that come provided, you thread them in through the hole, and then there's a stopper to stop it going anywhere. And then you bend this the shape that you need, and then you cut it off where you don't need it. And then you would use the little blocks that came provided. Now one side of it you just put it in, and then the other side has got a place for it to like clamp onto something. You put the rod that comes provided through the hole, and then once you've got your desired angles and stuff that you need, you tighten this up. Now obviously I'm just doing this just to show you. You'd obviously use a screwdriver. And then that bit there would clamp onto, just show this bit here, just as an example, would clamp onto like the rod or something that we've shown you from inside a minute ago. That there, I'm tapping, is this rod here that I was showing you. And then that clamp is clamping to the actual door mechanism. So lock it and unlock it. So you can see sort of like how that works. That part there clamps onto the actual door mechanism, and then this part connects the actuator to the mechanism inside the door. So then as it starts to unlock and unlock, it pulls on the inside of the door lock. You're probably gonna have to mess around with like fine-tuning it, because that's the hard part of making sure that it actually fits and locks and unlocks as it's supposed to. And then you run your wires. You obviously do the same for the passenger door as well. The sliding door is slightly different because you actually have to get power to it, and then the same for the rear door. You just got to make the mechanism actually work to lock and unlock on demand. Hopefully I'm explaining this well enough for you. It's a bit difficult trying to explain it. You'll understand as you go. Just bend that rod as you need to get it to where you need it to, so it'll actually pull on that actuator. But then once you've done that, you run your wires. The same for all the doors. You run the wires, and the wires will run inside the door. Zip tie it everywhere you can, because you don't want to get caught in the actual window as it goes up and down. And then it pokes out here, and then it'll all meet up where we showed you in the footwell, which I really could have done with hoovering. Now once you've ran all your wires, got all your actuators where you need to be, you'll probably find that you'll have to just keep fine-tuning it, but bear with it. You then need to basically get power to it. As I said, you need to make sure you leave the live wire dangling, because you need to get a permanent live source to this wire. You're going to need to go put it up there, through up here until you find a permanent live source. So you just sort of test as you go. If you want to make life even easier for yourself, which I did because I like things being easy, you can use, now obviously if you've seen it in another video, I've had most of my dash apart because I'm making the tablet mount for it, but you can use the cigarette lighter. And as you can see, the key's not in it, there's no key, and we have got a permanent live source off the cigarette lighter. And all you really need to do is you get the live wire that comes off of the wiring, and then you connect it into your cigarette lighter. Not like that. You do it with like a nice butt connector and make it look nice. So that's how easy it is to get a permanent live source if you need it. Get it off a cigarette lighter. This is fused. The cigarette lighter is fused, so you don't have to worry too much. And this doesn't draw barely any amps, so you're not putting any extra strain on it. If you want to uprate the fuse, uprate the fuse. But I would say you don't really need to. I'm going to get this connected and tidy up the wiring. This hasn't took me that long at all because I have already had this connected and I'm just replacing it and filming it for you guys. But I think the trickiest part that you guys are going to do is electrical taping up the loom itself to make it look tidy, and routing the actuators, because that can be a bit fiddly. But once you've done that, I mean, you're laughing. If you have any questions, please jump to me on my Instagram. It's the best place to get in contact with me, and drop me a message, or on Facebook. I mean, I do have a Facebook. The information will be down in the description below. So if you need to get in contact and have any questions, I'll happily answer any of your questions for you. But we're going to tidy this lot up, and then we'll show you it working basically. So we'll see you in a sec. Then once you've done all the wiring, you put everything back where it's supposed to go. You can get rid of that. Fit the module. So what you do, you take the keys off the antenna. You have a key. You plug the unit in, just like that. Little red light flashing. Tuck your little unit away, making sure the antenna is somewhere useful. And then, hopefully, if you close the door and press the button, oh, that seems to work then. It's locked. Now press the other button. Unlocked. Yeah, boy. Sorry it wasn't a little bit more of an informative video. I do already have it connected into the van. It's just mine broke, and I thought this was a good opportunity to show you guys how it is actually fitted. It is an easy job. The hardest bit is making sure that the actuator is tight enough so that the motion will still work, but not too tight, because this bit, as you can probably hear, here is quite a violent up and down. So it needs a little bit of room just to move. You'll figure it out. It is easy to do. Once you figure it out, you'll fly through it. But that is probably the hardest part of the whole installation. I think this whole kit cost me, I think it was 13 quid. I'll put a link to this in the description below. I'm not affiliated in any way. I'm not making any money off of this. It's just, I think it'd be quite helpful. And this is exactly the kit that I'm using. Thank you guys for all subscribing. I mean, the channel's growing lovely now. I'm so thankful to you guys. So each comment and thumbs up just helps get the videos out to a few more people. So thank you very much. But we're going to get ourselves gone, and my daughter's going to do the outro.
If you like this video, please give it a great big thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, go hit that subscribe button. Take it easy.